By the numbers, breakthrough infections appear to be rare, yet many across the nation know someone who's had the shot and still got COVID. Actresses Hilary Duff and Melissa Joan Hart are both reporting breakthrough cases just last week.
I got COVID. I am vaccinated, and I got COVID, and it's bad. It's weighing on my chest. It's hard to breathe.
Americans are asking, how worried should the vaccinated be when it comes to catching COVID? A lack of data is making this question hard to answer. NBC News' investigative reporter, Laura Strickler, has been tracking breakthroughs state by state since the beginning of...
Certain states that are collecting comprehensive information on breakthrough infections. But then you have a state like Illinois who is not providing with the public with any figures around breakthrough cases.
One state that has provided consistent information is Louisiana, where the unvaccinated make up 89% of COVID cases and 91% of hospitalizations, or more than 2,700 beds filled. As for breakthroughs,
when we went to them a month ago, around July 15th, they had a little over 2,000 cases, 2,000 breakthrough infections. They have now over 14,000, so that's just a month later.
But that's still less than 10% of the more than 150,000 new cases diagnosed in Louisiana since July 15th, where about 40% of people are fully vaccinated. Data from that state and others tracking breakthroughs like Oregon seem to indicate that vaccinated people are testing positive at a much lower rate than those who are unvaccinated. The other good news is vaccines seem to protect against severe COVID, and most people with breakthrough infections have reported mild symptoms, if any at all.
Well, mild in 96%, moderate in 3%, severe in less than 0.05%, with death in less than 0.05%. But
for some, breakthrough COVID can be a shock to the system. Adam Rothman, who received 2 shots of the Moderna vaccine, told NBC News' Vicki Nguyen his infection was no walk in the park.
Fever, chills, fatigue. I had a terrible headache. I was quite sick, and my wife was too.
Outcomes can be far worse. At least 7,800 breakthrough hospitalizations and 1,800 deaths have been reported to date. That's out of what NBC estimates is more than 290,000 breakthrough cases across the U.S. Still, a pretty small number compared to the nearly 190 million Americans who have gotten vaccinated since the beginning of the year. But the data from other countries that are closely tracking the real risk of breakthroughs tells a cautionary story. In Israel, nearly 60% of all hospitalized patients are fully vaccinated. It's part of why the country is recommending another shot for protection. Those most at risk tend to be older Americans, typically age 65 and up, according to the CDC and data from Israel as well. Breakthroughs have been seen with Moderna, Pfizer, and J&J vaccines. But because they've been rolled out at different times and given to people with different backgrounds, it's difficult to compare them head-to-head. Experts warn breakthrough infections are likely to rise in the coming months, regardless of which shot you got. It's the fact that vaccine immunity is waning, the Delta variant is spreading quickly, and there's a huge number of unvaccinated people. All of these things coincide with breakthrough cases in the middle. That's why getting the shot and measures like wearing masks indoors, limiting large gatherings, and practicing social distancing are still the best weapons against the virus.